Okay, can anyone give me the example of inbuilt function? Any inbuilt function?
Printf.
Printf,
Main.
scanf.
Printf, scanf, okay, power, square root. Done. So these all are the inbuilt function that are already defined in your some header file, and we are directly using this. Okay. So what if I ask you to create your own function? So that what we are going to learn here in the functions. Done. Okay. So very simple. Okay, we have seen the number of example of functions. So very first function which we create is main. Normally main function हम बनाते हैं ना. Okay, we usually create main function. Okay, and what is the purpose of main? What is the format of this main function? Normally we have this name of function. Okay, then this is known as the body of function. Okay, then what is this? This is the return type of function, and whatever you provide here corresponding to that we have this return 0. So these are the four basic components of any function. Okay, so we have used main in every program so far, so we are going to start with that. Then okay, so programming scenario, why they have Bache, please remember to mute yourself. Huh? If you have any doubt, please mute yourself. Yeah, done. Okay, so why they have suggested this concept of functions? Okay, because normally let's take a name. Let's say Dilraj want to write a program to build a compiler. Okay, so if Dilraj has written all his code of 1,000 line in simple 1,000 lines code likha hai Dilraj ne just in a simple one function in main function. Okay, so this become a lengthier approach and it is prone to error. That means if there is if there is a error at any point of or at any line, it is going to affect your full program, and you need to scan all 1,000 lines to find that particular error. Okay, to overcome these things, they have suggested a approach that is a modular programming. Okay, modular programming refers to divide your program into number of components. Let's say you are making a program for scientific calculator. Okay, so what you are going to do now, you are going to make a number of functions: add function, multiply function, divide function. Okay, and the code of these all function is not written inside main, they are just invoked inside main. The code is written. So what you have done, you have divided your big program into number of modules, and then you have incorporated all these modules in your main program. That is the major purpose of modular programming or functionality. So what is the purpose? So let's say if you have written something in the wrong in the add function, so it is going to show you error in only the add function. So now you need to scan only these 10 lines, not the code of full 1,000 lines. Okay, so that is the advantages of modular programming. Okay, that is the theoretical part. Okay, what are the advantages? Advantages: easy in debugging. We can also build our own libraries, and reusability. Can anyone define me this? What is this point, reusability? Quickly, we are going to cover this theory. Yes, what do you mean by reusability?
We can use the same function many times in the program without
Yes,
the code.
very good. Okay, so like if you want to print five things in your like 5 lines in your program, so what normally we do, we simply write printf 5 times, na? Okay, that means I'm again reusing a function again and again. Okay, that is the best part, and these are the two best features which modular program. Okay, yes. What do you mean by function? Function is a set of instruction to carry out a particular task. Using function, we can structure a program in more modular way or in a modular programming. Okay, so there are basically two types of functions: standard function, normally known as a library function or inbuilt function, and user defined function. Now our focus is to create these functions. Okay, so how to start? So these are the basic how we can define a function. This is the syntax. So first we have a name of function, then we have a return type of function, then we have parameters. We are going to discuss these things. Then these all things will become in the comes under the body of function, like we have a body of loop. Okay, then based upon what you have written here, we have correspondingly return and value computed. Done. That is the very basic idea of functioning. Done. So let's start. Let's say you want to write a program and you want to print your hello world. So that is your main. Okay. So let's say you want to print your hello world using a function. So if you want to, okay, let's say I want to use this I is equal to 5. What I have to do here? To use this I is a variable. What I have to do here before using a variable in C?
Declare.
Sir, we have
Yeah.
to trace the variable.
Very good. I need to tell my compiler that, okay, I have a variable of integer, then only I can use this. So similar functionality we have with our function. So before main, I need to tell my compiler that I have a function display, just the syntax of that function, that its return type is display, sorry, void, its name is display, and we don't have any argument, null argument, and that's all. So what you are going to do, you want to print hello world. Okay, so how you are going to write hello world? Now we are going to write the full body of my function. So now no need to write semicolon. I am simply writing print f hello from function. Done? Okay. So now if you try to execute this program, what will be your output? Anyone? If you try to execute this program, what will be your output?
No
output.
No output. Okay, bache. Why? Because we are learning new concept, but what we have learned, we don't want to forget those things. Okay. The reason is because I told you that your compiler start executing your program with main. Okay, so your main is empty. Done. So your compiler is going to think, okay, so you have not called anything in main function, so it is going to show you no output. So whatever you write, okay, doesn't matter how many functions you write, you need to call those functions in main. So I am writing here display simply this is known as the call of function. Okay, now what will happen? Your compiler going to read, okay, void. Okay, now please normally we on your compiler or on the online platform on what you are on which you are executing your program, normally we just click a one button and it will do the task of compile and run. Okay, but these are two steps. So what happen in compilation, your कंपाइलर स्कैन द फुल प्रोग्राम. सो जब उसने स्कैन किया तो उसे पता चला कि ओके वॉइड डिस्प्ले है, कोई फंक्शन है तो आपने बनाया. उसने बोला ओके गुड. ओके, तो आफ्टर दैट योर कंपाइलर स्टार्ट रीडिंग मेन and your compiler has encountered the call of display, and then your compiler encountered these brackets, this. Okay, done. Normally your compiler stop reading when once your compiler got this closing bracket for main. But at the initial stage, you told your compiler that, okay, dear compiler, we have one more function. So now your compiler start looking for this function after your main. Okay, it simply scan void display printf hello, and it just store the definition of this full function in its database. Okay, that's what happened at the time of compilation when your compiler is looking for errors. Okay, if you don't provide this, okay, again, this thing is optional, bache, and this thing is optional, and this is compiler dependent. Why this is compiler dependent? Because some compilers don't want this, and they can this can all program. But the standard method, the GCC method of writing a program is this. Done. Okay. So now what happens when you execute your program? Now it's the execution time. You click the button to you want to get the output. So now your function directly start from main. Okay, main se start hua. This is the call of function. Once your compiler has encountered this, now your compiler know that in database somewhere it has stored the definition of display. So whenever there is a call of a function, it is going to transfer the control to the main body of function, and it is going to simply print hello from function. And after this execution, after the complete execution of function, again the control is going to return in the next line from where we have got this, and your program will end. So these are the basic steps. Any doubt here? Okay, done? जी बच्चे जी।
सर फंक्शन को मेन में लिख देते।
सर जो कीवर्ड्स होते हैं उनको एज अ फंक्शन नेम यूज कर सकते हैं?
नहीं, जो फंक्शन नेम्स पर बच्चे वो सारी all the rules of variable naming are applicable on function names.
Okay sir.
Okay, and okay, so the one student said that, sir, why don't we write void display printf hello from function here? That is your question, bache. If we write like this, so there is a no purpose of using modular programming or divided your program into number of modules. So look at here. These are the two different modules. Okay, so we have just called this module in this particular main function. But when you write like this, your full program will become again a single program. Okay, now just remember some you can say nomenclature. So this, just telling your compiler that we are going to have a function like this, is known as the function prototyping. Okay, then calling a function call, and then defining the full body of function is known as the function definition. Okay, bache, done? Okay, so yes, in function prototype, we simply declare, what do you mean by prototype? This thing. When we are just telling our compiler, okay, that yes, ye wala. Okay, here we simply tell our compiler, okay, by what is the return type, name of function, and the parameter. Okay, what are these parameters? We are just going to see. Okay, and it doesn't contain a function body. Okay, function prototypes give information to the compiler that a function may later be used in this program, just to tell our compiler that, okay, be ready for a new function. Okay, then defining a name. While defining a function, we need to give full body. That is important. And we need to write body according to the task which we want to perform. Okay, so let's do another example. We have already done this void main example. Let's yahi kar le. Yes. Okay, now some students are saying, okay, why sir are making things complex if we can directly print the value? Okay, so let's try with a program of calculator. Okay, so now you want to add these two numbers, and I want to get my result and want to display my result. Okay, simply the task is to add A and B and store the result in C. Okay, but I want to do this task with what? With the functions. Okay, so now, so that is the first option that we have done. Okay, let's do this. So I want to, okay, so you want to make a, let's say I want to make a variable function named sum. Okay, so what this sum is going to do? It is going to add two numbers and return an integer. So what will be its return type? Int. Integer. Okay, and now remember, now the argument, it is also taking two variables as an input. So we need to give these variable input. You can write xy, it's up to you. Okay, so we need to tell, okay, that these two variables are input. Okay, So this is the overview. So I'm going to tell my compiler that you are going to encounter a sum with, you can write this int comma int. Here we are only telling our compiler that, okay, this kind of function you may encounter. So no need to give variable. We are here to tell our compiler that uski return type integer hogi, name sum hoga, and it is going to take 2 argument of integer type. That's all. So this is how we can define our prototype. Okay, done. Okay, now let's write the full body of this function. Okay, so these are these two are acting as a you can say my input variable, and I want to store result in int r. So r is equal to x plus y, and I want to return r. Okay, I write. Okay, done. Any doubt in this body, bache? Okay, let's start. Now I need to call this function in my main. How I can call this? Sum. Yes. Now you want to pass 2 parameters. What parameter I want to pass here?
I will say
A comma B. Okay. Yes. And this function is going to return me something, na? After executing this is returning something. I need a variable to catch whatever this function is returning. So I'm going to write it as C is equal to sum A comma B. Done. Printf sum is equal to %d C. Okay, bache. So that is how we can write a program with parameters, with functions with parameter. Any doubt? First of all, tell me any doubt here.
सर
वो printf में
सर जो int x लिया वो हम float भी ले सकते हैं सर, float
कहाँ पर बच्चे?
जैसे हमने int x और int y लिया है वहाँ पे, तो वहाँ पे सर हम float भी ले सकते हैं float.
नहीं बच्चे, जो देखो जो आपने यहाँ पर दिया है ना, whatever you have provided in the prototype, you need to use same thing here. Otherwise, your compiler will throw you an error. Okay, it's like that ना, that I promised you to give a Parker pen, but जब आप आए तो मैंने आपको बोल दिया कि नहीं यार ये सेलो का ही पेन ले लो. Done? That is not, huh? So like this is similar to that na. You have used int a. You have declared a variable int a, and later on you are you want to declare it as a float, but your compiler know that, okay, yaar, it is a, you have already declared it as an integer. Why you are now converting it to float? Okay, so in this case, bache, your prototype and your function definition should match.
सर यदि हम सब कुछ float में कर दें तो float ले सकते हैं यहाँ पे?
हाँ यार, हद होगी यार, ऐसे तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. We can take, but it's not like a like float h comma float y, and you can write here, हाँ, आप यहाँ पर भी कुछ ऐसा ही लिख सकते हो, no issues. Float a is equal to 5.3, b is equal to 3.7, and then we have c, and यहाँ पर f. Done? ठीक है बच्चे?
Okay sir, yes sir. रिटर्न भी फ्लोट ही लेना पड़ेगा हमें सर फंक्शन.
कहाँ पर?
जो हमने सर रिटर्न किया है सर फ्लोट सम.
यहाँ पर?
हाँ सर ये भी फ्लोट ही लेंगे, इंट नहीं ले सकते सर.
फ्लोट लेंगे ना पहले, फ्लोट आर. It should match with the return type ना.
हाँ सर, यदि रिटर्न टाइप हम सर यहाँ पे इंट कर सकते हैं अंदर फ्लोट करके.
तो बच्चे वो ना, जो अगर हम यूज we can change these things, but again now there your compiler will perform implicit typecasting. Okay, and that depends upon compiler to compiler, and then your result is unpredictable. Okay.
Okay.
Done. Okay, so
सर वो प्रिंटफ में सी की जगह हम लोग सम a, b अलाउड है लिखना, सी की जगह हम वो सीधा फंक्शन ही लिखते प्रिंटफ में, मेन फंक्शन जो है।
हाँ, yes, that is allowed. I'm just writing it. I'm assuming that you all are at a basic level, so I'm just we are going to move a step by step, huh? Int x, int y, int a comma a is equal to 5, b is 3, and c. Sorry for my bad handwriting. Okay, so now what will happen? Okay, when your compiler start executing this, your compiler come to here. Okay, उसने main किया read a is equal to 5, b is equal to 3. Your compiler has allocated these two values. Now whenever your compiler reach to this point, just just pay attention. So now what is this? This is a assignment expression. So what happened in assignment expression? First we resolve the, or first we solve the value at right hand side and then allocate to the variable at left hand side. So first your compiler is going to make call of this sum a comma b. So once your compiler is going to make call, so your control is transferred here. Okay, your control is transferred here. So now these variables, these are known as the actual parameters and these are known as the formal parameters. Now the value of your actual parameter is copied into formal parameters. What is the value of a? 5, it is copied in x. And what is the value of b? It is 3, it is copied in y. So now value of x and y after function call will become 5 and 3. Now we enter in, now these are considered as the variables of function. We can use these variable inside this function only. They are local to this function. Okay, if you try to use print value of x in the main, it will give you an error. We will discuss it later on. Okay, so now we have declared a temporary saying result and I'm saying r is equal to x plus y. Okay. What is going to be stored in R? 8, and I at the end of the function I told return R, so it is going to return R. Okay, where this is going to return me R? जहां से मैंने उसे कॉल किया था, in place of that it is going to return me the value of R. Okay, just wait. Okay, how much? Sorry. Done. So now what will happen? You have resolved the resolved right hand side. Now we allocate this value to C and simply we are going to get 8 in the output. Okay. Any doubt in this, bache? Quickly. Yes. Am I audible? Good. ठीक है बच्चे? And yes, I'm just going to share these slides with you today. And in these slides, you have a detailed description how my function is going to execute it. Okay? Yes. So we have done these options. Yes, बच्चे.
सर जो मतलब जो हम फंक्शन डिफाइन करेंगे तो सर जो फंक्शन का डिफिनीशन लिखेंगे सर मेन से पहले लिखना होता है कि मेन के बाद लिखना होता है?
I'm coming to that. Okay. So Rajan, you have two options. So Rajan asked the question which I'm going to start now. Okay, so guys, you have two options. Okay, so first option is you can just give a prototype of a function before main. Okay, then you can start your main. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And at the end, you are going to define, or you can say you are going to give the body of your function. Full body, something here. Done. That is the option 1 that we have done so far. Okay. What option 2 says? Option 2 says that just shift this thing before main function and no need to give this. So if you write the full body of your function before main, if you write full body before main, then no need to give prototype. Okay, because during the compilation, first your compile after hash include stdoioh, your compiler is going to read these things. Okay, so your compiler already knew that, okay, we have a function sum, so no need to go scanning after this completion of mainf. So you have two options. Either you can first give the prototype and after the main you can define your body. And second, if you don't want to give prototype, just define your function before main and no need to tell your compiler in advance. Okay, so that's how your control is transferred. Done. We have already done this. We are not going to waste our time here. Done. So this is how my basic function works. Yes. Done. Okay, what will be the output of this program? I have created 3 small programs. Yes, just tell me in the sequence and raise your hand. Very good. Quickly बच्चे, ये 2-4 कंसेप्ट है, हमारे क्वेश्चन से क्लियर हो जाएंगे. और yes, how my execution is going to start? Anyone? Oh, very good, very good. 13 student, huh? Good. Oh, very good. 23. Okay, 25. Good. Okay, so let's start, huh? So your program is first going to start with the main printf. So your first program is going to first print I am in main. So that is printed at the first point. Then Italy. Now control is transferred where? To the Italy function. In Italy function, it is going to print first I am in Italy, that is printed at second point. Now again, from the second function, we have called some other function. Yes, that is allowed. Now your control is transferred to the third function. It is saying 3. Okay, bache? Again, from the Brazil, you have called Argentina. And in Argentina, you are going to print I am in Argentina. That is the 4th output. Okay, yes. Which function called your Argentina? So we are at here now. We are at 4th point. Your Brazil call this now. So what after the execution of this function, your control is going to be back. Control कहाँ पर वापस जाएगा?
Brazil.
In Brazil. Okay, in next line here. After Argentina, control is transferred here. Okay, so after you transfer control from here, you came to know that Brazil function has also ended. Okay, now who called the Brazil? Italy. Okay, now the control is transferred to the next line of Italy. So which is the next line? Printf. I'm back in Italy. So that is printed at the 5th as a 5th line in your program. Now after the execution of Italy, your control is transferred where? Main. Yes, after Italy, your control is transferred to main. I am back in, so that is printed at the 6th line in your program. Okay, बच्चे?
सर कोई रिटर्न टाइप नहीं है?
हाँ, no issues. Void है सभी की. Because we are simply
by default void होता है.
हाँ, by default void होता है. Okay?
प्रोटोटाइप भी डिफाइन नहीं है.
हाँ, प्रोटोटाइप यार एक्चुअली ये मैंने आपके लिए लिखा है. ओके, यू कैन डिफाइन योर प्रोटोटाइप हियर. हाँ, इटली void Italy. Okay, void Argentina, void Brazil. Yes. Okay, good, very good. चलो, yes. इसकी आउटपुट क्या होगी?
दो बार होगा printf.
Yes, very good. You can call your function any number of time. So first time it is going to call here, control is transferred, it is going to print Jewel Thief. After that, again the control is pass to the next line from where we have called. Again, the control is transferred here, and we are going to print this 2 times. Okay, definition हो गया और function call हो गया. Yes, that is the second method that we have already discussed, and I think you can do this. This is just for your practice. Okay, done. So now argument and parameter. Okay, so both argument and parameters are a variable in the program. So just remember, these are the same things, but the nomenclature is same, different. Okay, variable used in function reference or a function call are called as the arguments. Okay, so when I told that sum a comma b, so these are referred as the actual parameter or arguments. Okay, whenever I call this function, and the variable used in the function definition are called the formal parameters. So the variable which are used to catch these actual parameter are known as formal. These are formal parameters. Done. So their data type should be same. Okay, so there is another example of printf where we are printing simply things. Yes. Yes. Okay, now that is important. Okay, so far we have done this kind of function, no argument, no return type. Just give me the example.
सर वो डिस्प्ले वाला फंक्शन,
डिस्प्ले वाला, arguments and one return type.
सर sum.
Okay, now we are left with these 3 options. Okay, we are left with these 3 options, this, and this. Okay, we are going to see what we can do in these 3 things. Okay, so function with no argument, parameter and no return type. Simply I am using this. Okay, void display pattern, this is the name of my function, void, no return type, no arguments. Okay, simply I'm going to print you can print us anything. You can print hello world, you can print some pattern, it's up to you. Okay, but we are not providing any input, we are not getting any output from that particular function. So that is a very simple example for first time. Any doubt in this? Okay, so you can this is equivalent to if you simply want to display here printf hello world. Good, that's all. Okay, so now function with the arguments and parameter and no return type. Now we want to provide some argument and we don't want to get the return type. Okay, so this is the example, guys. You can see this. Okay, we are going to do it in a very simpler manner. Okay, so let's say name of, okay, Gunwant. Okay, Gunwant told me, sir, I want to make a function to sum 2 variables. I want to make a sum of 2 variables. Int a is equal to 5, b is equal to 3, okay, c, and sum a comma b. That's all. So what I am going to write here, void sum int x comma int y. Yes, int, okay, simply print f sum is equal to %d, sorry, x plus y. Yes, what is happening here? Okay, we have a function who is taking 2 arguments, who have some argument, but it is not returning anything because we are calling this function and printing the output of sum here only. Okay, done? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, and
Yes,
then we have a function with argument, parameter and 1 return type. Already seen the function of अगर आप यहाँ पर if you try to return int here. Okay, now come to the function with no argument but a return type. Yes, function with no argument but a return type. Yes. So which kind of function can you write in this manner? Okay, so when, let's say, when you want to read some input from the from a function and then want to return it to your variable. Okay, so let's do it like this. Main int a is equal to read. Okay, then you can use printf %d a. Okay, so I am written here int read no argument, and I am simply taking a variable, temporary variable t here, scanf %d and t. I'm taking the input for this t variable and returning this t variable to the, yes, okay, yes. कौन समझाएगा ये क्या कर रहा है? What this program is doing?
सर a की वैल्यू सेट कर रहा है.
Yes, okay, so we are using a function read to get the value from the user to be stored in A. So we can do directly this by using scanf. So this is very basic example to give you example of this kind of function. Okay, so but we can use we can do it in this manner also. Okay, then function that return multiple values. Now that is an interesting topic. अभी तक हमने बच्चों वाला काम किया था. So that is an interesting topic where we want to use pointers and arrays. Okay, so that is the end of basics of your function. And then we have tomorrow we are going to cover very important topic. I think some of you are already familiar, call by value and call by reference. Okay, we will see this thing. Then we have some exercise kind of thing. Okay, functions के लिए, जिसके लिए you need to write the code in the function. You need to create your functions, not directly write the code. Okay, for the function for the programs which we have already done, now you need to write a program in modular manner. Okay, then I have used some some important topics like scope of rules and calling conventions, default argument and all that. Okay, so we hope that we will cover these topics by tomorrow. Okay, and then you can start with the new topic. Okay, so just one more thing. I just want to write and want to know how much you have learned. Yes, what will be the output of this?
Sir,
infinite
error.
Okay, very good.
error.
Infinite time ICSC.
Infinite time.
Infinite time ICSC.
ICSC infinite times. Yes, any other? Okay, so guys, so if we learn some generic rules, they are applicable to each and everything. So we said that we can call a function from anywhere. Okay, like we have seen the example from Brazil, Argentina, Italy वाले की example की थी हमने. Then we can call a function from some other function, and we can even call a function from itself. Okay, so this concept is normally known as the recursion that we are going to learn. And what is going to happen here? Printf ICSC main. Again, the control is transferred to main. Again, it is going to printf ICSC. Again, we got the call again. So this here we are going to stuck in the infinite loop, and we are going to simply print ICSC infinite number of times. Okay, done? Any doubt so far, bache? Default argument, yes, huh? That's all. That's what we want to learn. Yeah, problems है हमारे पास, ठीक है, हमारे 2 टॉपिक रह गए and we will try to finish it by tomorrow. Okay बच्चे, any doubt you can ask now, otherwise let me download the attendance.
सर मेन फंक्शन यूजर डिफाइंड फंक्शन है, तो हम इसका नाम क्यों नहीं चेंज कर सकते?
Main function is actually it is not a user defined, huh? It is kind of a user defined. You can say it is a hybrid function. Okay, we can't change the name. Okay, I will tell you one thing. You have seen somewhere, wait, huh? अभी मैं आपको wait. Okay, huh? Done. So guys, those who have doubt and those who want to discuss, they can stay. Otherwise, those who are comfortable, they can leave. Okay. So, bache, my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, bache, these are the actual. You may have seen some program which is in which your main is having these kinds of arguments. Okay. So now your compiler has given you options. Your compiler has given you option that, okay, you can't change this. You can't change this. Okay. So only option you have, either you can use these 2 arguments. Either तो आप इन्हें use कर सकते हो, or you can simply write void in the place. Okay, and similar with the return type. Either we can return int or we can use void. So that are the options which are given to you, and rest all is fixed by your compiler, so that your compiler can treat this as a starting point, and a starting point of the or you can say a particular point for a program, and some things are in your control. Only this, that either you can write simply main. Okay, when you write main, you have given this as void and you have not used any argument. Okay, but in when we are going to learn good programming, you will learn how we can use these 2 variables.
सर okay? इसमें जो कैरेक्टर है वो स्पेशल कैरेक्टर से स्टार्ट नहीं हो रहा है, एस्टेरिस्क से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, तो गलत नहीं?
No, that is a double pointer. This is simply showing you the double pointer. Okay. These are normally used by the LineNet coder, huh? Or when you are making a program for particular, you can say hardware, or you can say operating system. Okay, so what will happen? Let's say this is going to tell you that number of arguments which you want to take the input, and that's why we have used the double pointer. Let's say you want to simply, huh? So whatever you take this argument here, you can use this argument as an input in main function. Okay, so आपने main function में, when normally you have used 2 arguments, and then you are going to transfer hello and world. So these 2 arguments you can directly give them from the command prompt while you are executing your function. So that's why these 2 ये 2 जो हमारे argument है use होते हैं बच्चे. Okay, after we done with the recursion, array pointer basic हो जाएगा, then we will discuss these things. Okay, any doubt बच्चे? Okay, so Aditya, Aditya, are you there?
Yes sir.
हाँ बच्चे, तो आदित्य हमारा डाउट था यार, है ना, scanf का. Okay, so
yes sir.
Okay, so बच्चे I tried a number of things. मैंने बहुत पढ़ा, तो जो मुझे मिला उसके according I'm going to summarize. Okay, so first of all, we are facing an issue that we have declared an integer g, and while taking input, when I type any character, okay, So it is going to return 0. That is what we are facing now.
Yes, sir.
है ना? Or otherwise, if you write any number of if you write any other number, it is going to simply return the number of input number of variables which we have scanned. Okay, so for that, first I have I have gone to the documentation of scanf, और जो मुझे उससे मिला, we are going to start with this. So very first is scanf return the total number of inputs. Let's say you write here scanf %d and b, and at a you have entered 10 and you have entered 20. What it is going to return?
2.
2 or 4?
2.
2, yes. So it is going to return me the number of variables which I have scanned. Good. That is the standard functionality of scanf function. Done. So if we are taking 3 inputs through scanf, we are going to return 3. Done. So this is the family of scanf, bache. Okay, scanf. We normally stick with this. This is for file scanf and string scanf and so that. Done. So the one thing is the return value. These functions return the number of input outer items successfully matched and assigned. So that is the important thing. First, successfully matched and assigned, which can be a fewer than provided for or even 0 in event earlier matching failure. Okay, so we will come to this, and end of file. So this is a special case in the files. Okay, so your scanf can return 0, 1 or end of file. When it is going to return 1, when you have scanned a variable, you have successfully matched the variable. Matched with what? Yes, the format which you have specified. आपने यहाँ पर scanf लिखा था %d. You have matched this with the %d and assigned that value to this. So when this operation successfully happen, you are going to return this one. And when due to some matching failure, you are unable to assign this variable, or a compiler is not going to assign you, it is going to ask you for input. You are going to write A here, and whenever it is going to assign, then there is some matching failure, then it is going to return 0. Okay, end of file आता है हमारे पास. E of f का एक बच्चे हमारे पास ASCII value return करता है. End of file ये return करता है. Let's say you are scanning input in scanf from some file, and there are variables pending, but your file has ended. Then it will show you this error, end of file. Okay, so now this is the description of your library. Your scanf returns integer, and these are the 2 arguments. First, we provide a character format. What do you mean by character format, Aditya? This thing. Okay, then the number of variables which we want to scan. ठीक है बच्चे? Clear?
Okay, sir.
And now in this format बच्चे, we can have these multiple things. ठीक है? तो ये मैं आपको सभी को send कर दूंगा. मैंने ये I think you already have tried these things. Done. So we can define. These are the optional. Okay, we can define the width. We can use the modifiers like unassigned, assigned, long. Then we can define the type. Okay, let's say Aditya, you want कि आपकी जो you only want a 2-digit integer. So you can simply define 2 here, and what it is going to do? It is going to define your width. Okay, so if you add here 3, 4, 5, 6, what it is going to enter in your A? Only first 2 letters. Okay, done. So these are some modifiers, Aditya. Done. And I have seen a conversion, and I have provided the link in the last. Okay, so while I have tried all combination. तो मैंने क्या try किया? I have int alia, float alia or char alia. Let's say I have tried all these combination. So scanf %d and a, it is going to return me 1. When I used here %c and try to enter something, जब यहाँ पर मैं integer कर रहा हूँ बच्चे, okay, it is accepting only the signed integer, so it is going to return me 1. But when I'm trying to add character, it is going to return me 0. Okay, because there is a mismatch in the data type which we are asking for the scanf and what we are it is unable to, you can say, implicit conversion and unable to assign to the variable a. ठीक है, but I have declared a variable int a, but I am using here %c. यहां पर मैं %c यूज कर रहा हूं. अब बताओ क्या हो रहा है आदित्य?
सर 0 रिटर्न करेगा क्योंकि ऊपर int यूज किया और यहाँ पर हमने %c.
So okay, that is what the reason is, huh? So now whenever your scanf is executing, na Aditya, so it is only worried about this format string that you have provided here. This is matched with this one? Okay, let's say if you are entering here 2, it is treating as a 2 as a character. If you are entering here as a, it is now converting. Now when you are entering anything, so when you enter here anything, it is going to return you 1. Okay, so similar issue with float, bache. Okay, I have tried same thing with float. When you try float and when you write here %f and a, and when you try to enter float, it will return you 1. But when you try to enter some character, again, it is unable to convert and it is going to return you 0. ठीक है बच्चे? Done. But in case of character, %c, you can add anything. You can add anything and it will simply typecast it to the character and store that value, so it is always going to return you 1. ठीक है बच्चे? So the reason of this is that there is a mismatch. Okay, so it only returns 0 when there is a matching failure. That means what you have defined in format is not matched and assigned. Actually, in this assignment, your implicit conversion works, but due to some issues, this implicit conversion may fail. Okay, bache? So I have made a document for you. Okay, I am going to share it on Google Classroom. You can just have a look here, and if further you have any doubt, we will discuss it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, bache.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bache. Any other doubt, bache?
Excuse me, sir.
जी बच्चे.
सर वो वाला बताना, जब आपने int डिफाइन करके %c डाला था, उसमें क्या होगा?
जब मैंने int डिफाइन किया, दोबारा बोलो 1 मिनट. जब मैंने int a किया और हाँ %c किया ना यहाँ पर.
हाँ जी.
ठीक है, तो बच्चे देखो, जसकीरत जो scanf है ना आपका, जसकीरत है ना? हाँ जसकीरत. scanf है ना बच्चे, तो it is going to matching failure कब होगा? When this format string is not going to match what we are entering here. Okay, so doesn't matter what in the char, if you do it for char, doesn't matter whatever you enter in the char, it is going to simply accept all the inputs. So similarly happening here. So if you write %c, okay, so I have tried this program, हाँ, यानी ये.
बट मेरे में वो कंपाइलेशन एरर दे रहा है कि वो d एक्सपेक्ट करता है, वो मतलब इंटीजर एक्सपेक्ट करता है, तो वो वहाँ पे सही करो, d करो, c ना करो. ऑनलाइन वो मुझे सर
ऑनलाइन में अजय, हाँ, फिर ये वही आ गया हमारे पास. क्या नाम है? वेट, हाँ, मैंने एग्जीक्यूट किया, मेरे पास कोई एरर नहीं आया. इंट a, एक और b ले लेते हैं, कॉमा b इज इक्वल टू scanf percentage C and A. Printf percentage D comma percentage D comma A comma B. It's working in my compiler. Just try it on GCC or DevC. ठीक है, ये देखो
सर वो मैंने स्क्रीनशॉट भेजा था।
हाँ वेट अब देखिए क्या हुआ, मैं बता रहा हूँ तुझे। मैं तुझे अपना प्रोग्राम शेयर कर रहा हूँ और मैं भी उसका स्क्रीनशॉट भेजता हूँ। ये देख, जब मैंने ये वाला रन किया, ठीक है, ओके, ये मैंने अभी प्रोग्राम रन किया जो मैंने अभी लिखा है, और यहाँ पर मैंने एंटर की वैल्यू इसकी 4, तो मेरे पास क्या प्रिंट हो रहा है यहाँ पर? ए बी में बताओ क्या प्रिंट हो रहा? जस्ट
ए में 4, बी में 1
ना, जब हम कैरेक्टर लेते हैं, क्या नाम है जसकिरत, जब हम कैरेक्टर लेते हैं, तुमने कोई भी कैरेक्टर इनपुट किया तो उसका, हाँ तुम्हारे पास एरर आ रहा है जसकिरत, दैट इज ओके, बट फॉर मी इट इज वर्किंग। और जब हम कैरेक्टर स्टोर कराते हैं, लेट्स से, हाँ, तो अस्काई वैल्यू स्टोर होती है ना, ठीक है, तो 48 है अस्काई वैल्यू 0 की,
ठीक है सर।
49 हुई 1, 52, 51, 3, 52, 4, so it is going to store 52। so जब मैं ये यहाँ कर रहा हूँ और बाद में मैं इसकी वैल्यू %d प्रिंट कर रहा हूँ, तो इट इज प्रिंटिंग मी 52 और b की वैल्यू 1 कर रहा है बच्चा। ठीक है
सर, ये तो फिर कंपाइलर डिपेंडेंट हो गया, कोड ब्लॉक से इसमें कुछ प्रिंट नहीं कर रहा सर।
बिल्कुल, ये कंपाइलर डिपेंडेंट हो गया। आइदर तो योर कंपाइलर विल गिव यू एन एरर, ठीक है, और योर कंपाइलर विल कंफ्यूज यू इन दीज थिंग्स। बट अगेन, हाँ, व्हाई आदित्य, व्हाई दिस बिकम कंपाइलर डिपेंडेंट? बिकॉज सम कंपाइलर्स आर कन्वर्टिंग दिस टू दिस, okay, and then again converting this to this, sorry, character to integer, then they are performing implicit conversion. But some compilers refuse to do it at this stage, so they are showing you error.
Okay sir.
ठीक है,
okay
like student may ask, so I am asking the same question. So student may ask कि सर अगर ये इतना कर रहा है तो इसे ये करने में क्या दिक्कत है? %d, and here whenever I am entering A, B, C, D, anything, let's say I have entered a Z, okay, so it is returning 0. Maybe that is again a compiler dependent, but I have tried it on 2 or 3 compilers and also on some online platform, and it is returned whenever I try to enter some character here, it is returning me 0. So the reason why I have found this, that whenever we are entering any characters, whenever we have writing here %d, your compiler is looking for a signed integer. Your compiler is looking for a signed integer, and at the console when you provide a character, then your compiler refused to match it with this %d. Now this is the not case of conversion, guys, this is the case of matching, so that's why it has given you 0. okay, क्योंकि जो आपने %d दिया, आप यहाँ पर कुछ और ऐड कर रहे हो। Here you have provided %c, but you are also you have given a 4ab, so it is treating that as a ASCII, but that is not happening here. Okay बच्चे?
Okay sir.
Okay बच्चे, yes. Any other doubt बच्चे?
Excuse me,
से फंक्शन कॉल कर सकते?
जी बच्चे, yes.
गो टू से फंक्शन कॉल कर सकते हैं या फिर स्टेटमेंट टू स्टेटमेंट ही जंप कर सकते हैं सर?
नहीं, गो टू का पर्पस जो है बच्चे वो आप कर सकते हो, लाइक इफ यू हैव नहीं
स्कोप
labels we can only used inside a main or inside a function, okay, if you want
फंक्शन
to
के
write
बाहर
it,
स्कोप नहीं है मतलब।
हाँ फंक्शन के बाहर स्कोप नहीं है, गुड बच्चे। हाँ so if you have written like this ना and you provide SOS here and then you give your function, let's say int sum something here, then this, okay, this is not going to work. Good. Yes बच्चे।
एक्सक्यूज
जी बच्चे।
सर, इसमें सर हम अगर हम कोई लेबल मेन के शुरू में डिफाइन कर दें तो हम मेन को कॉल करें या फिर उस लेबल को, तो कोई सेम ही बात होगी।
दोबारा बोलो जसकीरत।
सर लेबल को शुरू में रख दें मेन के, और हम मेन को कॉल करें या फिर उस लेबल को कॉल करें, सेम
हाँ
ही बात होगी।
देखो ये क्या है, अगर तूने लेबल नहीं 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 लेबल तुम बाहर नहीं ना रख सकते बच्चे।
बाहर नहीं सर, अंदर पहली लाइन में।
अच्छा पहली लाइन में, ठीक है, आपने लेबल यहाँ रख दिया। यस बट लेट्स से यू आर प्रिंटिंग हियर printf hello, ठीक है, और अगेन यू आर कॉलिंग गो टू लेबल, है ना? Done. So yes, this is possible, but this is only possible when you are calling same function again and again, not in the case of when you are calling a function from some other function.
हाँ जी वो तो
ठीक है, हाँ that is correct, ये भी वही काम करेगा, but this approach for this and when you call a main function is slightly different, हाँ।
और सर वो जो हमने वो देखा है कि जो किसी कंपाइलर में वो वर्क कर रहा है, जब हम इंटीजर डिफाइन करके कैरेक्टर ले रहे हैं, जब हम परसेंटेज सी लिख रहे हैं, तो उसका मतलब ये हो गया कि अगर हम इंट a इज इक्वल टू इंट ऑफ कांस्टेंट a लिखे तो वो भी चलना चाहिए।
int a is equal to
इंट ब्रैकेट में, ताकि मैं जो लिखूं उसकी टाइप कास्टिंग कर दूं एक्सप्लिसिट।
अच्छा
इंट कांस्टेंट।
अच्छा ये ऐसे कुछ है?
सर इंट तो एक ब्रैकेट में आएगा और आगे करेक्टर कांस्टेंट आएगा, जैसे
अच्छा,
a b या 1 2
हाँ
भी हो जाए, पर वो करेक्टर कांस्टेंट।
ठीक है, तूने जैसे a लिख दिया है ना,
तो उसका मतलब तो ये हो गया ना, तो जो आपने वो स्कैन एफ हो तो उसका ये भी तो एक मीनिंग हो सकता है कि ये सेम सोच होगी दोनों केस में, परसेंटेज ही लिखे और एम्परसेंड
परसेंटेज लिखे और एम्परसेंड ए करे। हाँ देखो, हाँ ठीक है जसकीरत, हाँ आप ये बोल रहे हो ना कि जो काम यहाँ पर हो रहा है तुम ये यहाँ से करवा रहे हो।
हाँ यस सर, सेम ही बात।
बिल्कुल 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 सेम ही बात है वो, बट अगेन आदित्य नहीं जसकीरत, सॉरी, हाँ जसकीरत, व्हेन आई एम टेकिंग इनपुट फ्रॉम हियर ना, तो ये इसे करेक्टर में स्टोर कर रहा है, ठीक है, क्योंकि मेरा whatever I provide here, either I will provide 4, it is going to store the sky value here. That's what is happening here. ठीक है आदित्य? हाँ that is okay, that is okay.
हाँ, उस केस में भी सर 4 लिखेंगे तो उसकी स्काई वैल्यू जाएगी ना?
या स्काई वैल्यू अगर आप कोट्स में 4 लिखोगे,
हाँ कोट्स में, सिंगल कोट्स में,
तो उसकी स्काई वैल्यू जाएगी।
हाँ जी, थैंक यू सर।
ओके बच्चे। Okay guys, any question or I'm leaving? Thank you.